In this video, I'm gonna give you 15 Las Vegas rules you may not even known existed. Next on Jaycation. Hey, what's up, Jaycationers? Welcome back to another video here in the Las Vegas series. And today I want to give you 15 Las Vegas rules you may not have known existed. Some are laws, some are just flat out rules, and you'll be surprised by a few of these. Now, I'm not making this video to scare you guys or to instill fear. Just making this video so you guys can know a little bit about the rules here in Vegas and what are actual laws, and just make you a little more aware of it. I'm not trying to tell you what and what not to do. The first one is really out there, and this is an actual law here in Nevada, and that is you cannot ride a camel on the highway. That's right, a camel. We're not in Egypt, but one of the laws here in Nevada is you can't take a camel out for a joyride. Really weird, but also a true law. I've looked it up and it's true. I haven't really seen many camels except for Joe Camel on a cigarette carton, even though I don't smoke. Isn't that weird, guys? Comment down below what you think about not riding camels on the highway. The next rule is gonna trip you out. Believe me, nobody's ever gotten written up for this, but it is a law. It is swearing on public streets. That's right, these mother said swearing on public streets is something you can't do or you will get fined like a little, and I'm gonna beep all this out, but you can't swear on the street. Can you believe that? You're walking around Las Vegas Strip, you're gonna hear every kind of cuss word, but apparently there's a rule where you can't cuss on public streets. I don't think anyone's ever been cited for it, but once again, a law that I looked up that actually exists. I'm sure somebody's gotten cited for it, but it's probably an outdated law that just never was changed. Nobody's ever gotten a ticket for it. If somebody has, let me know. Your next law is out here in these streets. And this law has to do with smoking that ganja, that marijuana. Even though you can get them at medical dispensaries over here, you can't smoke it in public. Now, you'll see people doing it left and right here in Vegas, and I'm sure there have been people that have gotten cited, but I have seen a lot of people smoking on the streets, smoking marijuana on the streets, and not getting caught. I'm not telling you not to do it, but it is a law, and you can get written up for smoking weed on the streets. So don't do it in your hotel room. You gotta do it somewhere private. So find a private spot and do it if you're gonna do it. But I'm just saying, if you're doing it on Las Vegas Boulevard or Fremont Street and a cop happens to see you, they could, depending on their mood, cite you for it. The next rule you may not know of is a little risque of a rule, and that has to do with the Gentlemen's Club. And Gentlemen's Clubs, if you're gonna go to a fully nude Gentlemen's Club, you will not be able to drink alcohol at the Gentlemen's Club. If you want to drink alcohol at the Gentlemen's Club, you're only gonna go to a topless bar. Topless and fully nude are both 18 and over, but you can't go to a full nude bar and have alcohol. That's a no bueno. You can pre-drink and go, but everywhere else that serves alcohol is only topless. So for those of y'all that indulge in those Gentlemen's Clubs, just know that rule, because I know there's a few people that have never come to Vegas and didn't know that. So, little rule you may not know of. But get this, I think there's actually one Gentlemen's Club that was grandfathered into having alcohol and it being fully nude, and I think that's Palomino. I'll edit this out if it's not true, but I think it's Palomino that actually grandfathered itself, and they do serve alcohol and they are fully nude. So you ever see all those pawn shops around the Arts District and downtown Las Vegas, even here on the Strip? Well, pawn shops have rules too. One of the rules that I read is that they legally are not allowed to get something pawned from somebody that is intoxicated, under the influence of alcohol, under the influence of drugs. Apparently, if they get caught, that pawn shop can get in a lot of trouble from pawning something off of somebody that may have been at a disadvantage because they were under the influence of something. So if you get drunk and you're losing money and you want to sell your watch, sell your shades, sell whatever you have on you, your wedding ring, you can't do it drunk or under the influence, because more times than not, pawn shops will not let you do it. But you never know. Some of these pawn shops are like, hey, I guess I'll take it from you. A lot of people may know this rule. A lot of people see on TV and in movies that a lot of people love to elope or get married here in Las Vegas. Well, there's a reason why people love getting married here in Las Vegas. It's not because it's Sin City, and it's not because it's something that's way out there. It's because in Nevada, you don't have to wait. There's no waiting period for your marriage license. You can get it there and then. So the reason why there are the little white wedding chapel and all the casinos have wedding chapels itself is you get married and you have your marriage license already ready to go. Now your divorce papers and annulment papers, I don't know. I don't think you can get, there's a wait time for that, but there's no wait time for marriage papers. The next rule you may not be aware of, it's really to the discretion of the establishment you go to, and that is the dress code. So if you do go clubbing here in Las Vegas, they do have a dress code. They've become a lot more lax throughout the years, especially towards the women. But for guys, if you're wearing tennis shoes and jeans and a ball cap, sometimes they won't let you in. So make sure ahead of time you ask your VIP host what the dress code is for men and women. Restaurants like steakhouses, they also have become lax throughout the years, but during the summer, it doesn't matter if it's 150, 120 degrees. Don't wear a tank top into a steakhouse. They will tell you to cover your shoulders. I know women don't cover their shoulders, but men, they have to. So if you have a t-shirt on, they'll let you. Sometimes they'll tell you to not have a hat on. There are really formal places here where you do have to have dress shoes and a suit and tie. Maybe there's cigar bars or more upscale places. You're gonna wanna dress up anyways, guys. There's times though in the summer where I understand it's hot, but at least cover your shoulders, guys, when you're going to these steakhouses and restaurants. The next rule you may not know of has to do with minors sitting at slot machines. Minors cannot sit at the slot machines, and they know that you can't play the slot machines either, right? I've seen many TV shows about kids playing the slot machines, winning, and then the mom or the dad sitting there and getting the winnings. What was that? I think that was National Lampoons, right? That was National Lampoons Vegas Vacation. If a minor does sit here, whether you're 18, 19, 20, or even younger than that, more times than not, a security guard is gonna come here and ask you if you're underage or not, ask for your ID. It's funny because I am in my late 30s and the security guard at Caesar's Palace, thank you to her, asked me for my ID because she said I looked under 30. What an angel she is. But don't have your minor sit at the slot machine whether you're tired or not. Hey Jaycation, so you're saying that this slot machine thing may or may not have happened with the family before?
Oh, I think it may have happened. No, I'm sure it did because I was a witness.
But this was the 70s, right?
Early 80s, no name mentioned in here, but it happened.
This next rule is a casino rule, and that is having your phone out or talking on your phone or texting or taking pictures or filming at a blackjack table, roulette table, craps table. That's not allowed. The dealer will tell you, the pit boss will tell you, security guard will tell you that you won't. I probably should not able to do this right now, even though there's nobody playing behind me. But I have gotten permission in the past in places like Downtown Grand and El Cortez to film me playing blackjack, but that's because they're there watching me and I'm doing promotional stuff for them. For the most part, put your phone down when you're playing blackjack. All right, I know a few people were a little mad that I was talking about this, but it is a new law and I don't think people are gonna even get caught doing this, but apparently there's no loitering around the bridges here, the walking bridges, and you can't just stand here and loiter the whole time. That doesn't mean you can't take a picture and then move on. Just don't be blocking people's walkways and standing there for like 20 minutes having a conversation. You can stand here and take a picture in the Las Vegas Strip. It's not illegal. Just don't loiter on the bridge. I think that's why there's a new law about not being able to stop on these pedestrian walkways. I think that was made for F1 in particular and events for safety reasons, for sure. I understand that. Look at these signs. Resort District, no obstructive uses permitted on public sidewalks at locations designated by a white stripe or signs. That's just to keep people from loitering, like those cameras that do this 360. If you don't have a permit, you can't be here. All right, another rule you may not know of, especially here in the Resort District, that minors have a curfew from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. If a minor is not accompanied with an adult, they can get into trouble. It's a curfew law. So here in the Resort District or even Fremont Street, if you're a minor, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m., make sure you're with your parent or a guardian because it is illegal to be out past 9 p.m. without parental supervision. Another rule you may not know of is that glass containers on the strip is not allowed. So if you're getting a drink at a bar, let's say the sports bar at Bellagio, and it's in glass, you can't take it outside on the strip. That's illegal. Or if you get a Corona or a Modelo in a bottle, can't have that as well. They'll tell you to throw it away, and if you do get caught, you can get fined or something. Now you can take cans out onto the strip, which is really good. That's so good. But the rules at Fremont Street are different too. I don't think that you could even have cans out on Fremont Street, even though I went unknowingly with it. Just goes to show how much they enforce these rules. I was always wondering why ABC store was stapling the bags. Is because if it's a glass container or even a can, they have to staple the bags because it's an enclosed bag and you have to take it back to your room or somewhere not in public because that's illegal. But this is totally legal. Good beer. And there you go. Las Vegas glass bottle ordinance. All beverages in a glass bottle must be sealed in a bag on the strip. While we're on the topic of drinking, another rule about drinking out here on the streets in Vegas, yes, you can drink on the Las Vegas Strip. Yes, you can drink on Fremont Street. But the thing is, once you leave these resort district areas, it's not exactly legal to just walking with an open can, you know, down Silverado or somewhere near Durango or in Henderson. I mean, I don't know why you'd be just casually walking around with a drink over there, but there are areas where you can't just go outside and have a drink here in Las Vegas, but you're safe pretty much here on the Las Vegas Strip. But once you start branching out to like the side streets and all that, it may or may not be okay, especially if the cops are around. Just have your eyes peeled open, make sure the cops aren't there. But at the same time, it's legal here on the Strip, baby. Your next rule that you may not know of is something about performers. On Fremont Street, you can't hula hoop. That's such a weird rule. You can't hula hoop. And another thing that I heard is, you know those little remote control cars, the RC cars? You can't do that around Fremont Street or the Las Vegas Strip. That trips me out. And technically you can't skateboard around the sidewalks here either. So there are some performance rules that you can't do. And hula hooping is something that's banned. Ain't that a thing? And it's pouring right now, guys, so me and Jaycation are trying to find some shelter. This next rule isn't really a rule, it's more of an unwritten rule and more of a suggestion when I was doing my research on this video, and it actually came from the D Hotel and Casino on Fremont Street. And according to the D on their website, they say do not ask the dealer while playing blackjack for advice. That's something that I always do because I don't want to mess up the table. I ask the dealer for advice. But according to the D, they said never ask the dealer for advice. Comment down below, is that something that you shouldn't do? I know it slows down the table, but because you want to do the right thing and you're not knowledgeable on it, I mean, wouldn't you want to ask the dealer for advice? This is a debatable rule that even I was surprised about.
There's a lot of dumbass players out there. They need all the advice they can get. Morons.
Jaycation, this is a rule that's gonna not blow your mind, but like what the hell? So these are my nighttime retainers. Did you know there's a rule in Las Vegas that you can't sell your dentures? It's illegal to sell your dentures. Like you can't pawn off dentures. Apparently it's because it's like something that's customizable and you can't, and it's only for your body, for your set of mouth.
That's understandable.
And it's illegal to sell dentures. And that's an actual rule that has actually been put into a law. Why do you think that?
What if you have gold or something else in the
It's true, huh? Gold or silver?
Yeah.
You have dentures, Jaycation?
Nope. See?
So just know that, guys. Don't ever pawn off your dentures because it's illegal here in Las Vegas.
But I bet Mike Tyson can sell his.
What the heck? This guy. All right, Jaycationers, so that is 15 rules and laws you may not know existed in Las Vegas. Like I said, I'm not here to instill fear in you or tell you not to do something, because I know a lot of people have been commenting, oh, this is fear mongering. It's not. I'm just trying to educate y'all about the stuff that I read on and I study up on. These are the rules that I've seen, 15 of them around Las Vegas. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If there's anything out of that 15 that I did not even talk about that is pretty interesting to you, comment it down below. I really found it interesting about the pawn shops not having to serve the intoxicated and the cussing. I'm sure the whole cussing thing came from the 1800s, and back then it just was outdated and they never changed it. Really interesting rules. And the camel on the highway, man. Don't get caught riding a camel on the highway or you may get fined or even spend jail time. Anyways, guys, please like, comment, subscribe. Check out Las Vegas 777. Let's go. My Facebook page with 4,000 Las Vegas lovers talking about the newest news in Las Vegas. And check out my new channel, Jaycation San Diego. We have over 1,000 subscribers there. Really appreciate your support. Until the next one, stay traveling, Las Vegas. Let's go. Follow them rules.